Today we're going to discuss why I hate expats. Now, for anybody who's been following me for a while, you know that I technically am an expat. I've been living abroad for the past 3.5 years. However, I never saw myself as an expat, but as with everything, you need to be honest with who you are, and I am technically an expat. And the reason I never considered myself one was, once again, I didn't like them. Every single time I met an expat, they're rude, they were broke, they represented everything I didn't want to be. So I didn't want to be considered or labeled an expat. But at the same time, you can't run away from who and what you are. I am an expat. So instead, I'm going to expose expats, the bad ones, and instead raise the level. And I welcome anybody who's watching this to join me in this fight. We need to become who expats truly are. That way, all the broke, rude, loser expats, they just vanish. They disappear. And now, whenever somebody, regardless of where we're at in the world, and they think of expats, they think of positive, inspiring, just awesome people. So let's break down why I just hate expats. One, they're rude. They walk into places and they act like they just own it. From restaurants, walking around the streets. And I'm not going to drop any stories because I've spoken to quite a few people, but they come to a new country and they just expect it all to be given to them because they're foreigners. They just came to this brand new land. Now the land belongs to them. And that's just not the case. If you want to be treated with respect, whether it's in your home country or in this new country, what do? Well, you have to give respect and earn being respected by other people. So if you go into a brand new country, such as what I've done in Paraguay, you have to be respectful. You're not above the local people. You're in their country. You are a guest in their country until you become a part of their culture. So yes, you are leaving your home country for a better life, but don't come to this new country and just expect to have the red carpet rolled out for you because you aren't shit. So here are some of my tips for all these new expats who are wanting to level up and whenever they go to a country, actually be respected. One, you need to have some restaurants on lock. Just local places. You can go to 2, 3, 4 different restaurants in your area and walk in with a smile. Walk in, introduce yourself, get to know one of the waiters or waitresses, tip very well, get to know the manager, get to know the owner, and make that one of your regular spots, whether you go to it every couple nights like I do, or maybe you go once a week, once every 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. They'll remember you because you are one of the few expats that walk in and it's just a joy to see you. So that's one of the things you need to do. You need to get a local restaurant on lock. The second thing you need to do is you need to start going and frequenting the same cafes and just regular shops and stores that you're going to go to on a day-to-day basis or a week-to-week basis. That way people get to know you. And from there, you're not just going there to spend money. That's not the idea behind all this. Yes, you're going to spend money at a restaurant or you're going to the coffee shop and you're buying coffee, but you're going there to start building relationships. Because whether you're in your home country or you're in another country that you're making one of your mini home bases, it's all about the relationships that you have with other people. So instead of just going there and expecting to be treated with respect and expecting for the red carpet to be rolled out, you need to become somebody of value. And this was inspired by a friend of mine named Lawrence King has talked about this quite a few times. We went out to dinner with a group of expat guys, so like crypto, the crypto guys. Probably most of them had way more money than I did, but the issue was whatever we were going to pay. And generally, if you hang out with me long enough, I usually try to take care of everything, take care of the bill, etc. But I overheard, and it was embarrassing because I was new to the country at the time. I'm building a reputation, building a name for myself in Paraguay. So I don't want to have somebody over here and be like, oh man, why does Dylan hang out with these loser expat guys who are sitting there arguing over how much pizza one person ate? And I'm being serious. One of them was arguing. He's like, well, I don't think I should have to pay as much because I only ate one slice of pizza. And I got up. I walked over to the waiter that we had. I asked him for the bill, and I thought I messed up for a second because the bill was like 10, 15 of us there. Super long bill, paid for it, and I walked out, didn't say anything. I just paid, walked out, gave the tip, and I left. Because I refuse to be around expats, and really it's not even just expats, anybody that's that type of poverty thinking. You're here in this country to build a better life. Otherwise you wouldn't be in your home country. So why on earth would you be arguing over a slice of pizza? Which leads me to, when you get into a new country, on top of getting a restaurant on lock, on top of getting certain areas that you frequent all the time on lock, you also need to start surrounding yourself with high value people. Because the people that you surround yourself with represent to other people. If you just look, you're like, oh wow, he's hanging out with diplomats and ambassadors and these, like, they seem to be pretty well off. If people see you with that versus seeing you hanging out with all these people that are arguing over a slice of pizza, well, they can quickly make a judgment on what type of person you are. So whenever you get into a new country, the first couple weeks, yes, you're going to be getting acclimated and all of that. And I've got an article, just if you click the link down in the description below, you can read that article where I break down all the different tips that I have for whenever you first move into a new country, and it'll make moving into a new country a heck of a lot easier for you. But once you get set up, you need to start going out and going to the higher class places. So don't go to the hostels, don't go to these low-class bars, don't do any of that. Go to some of the local shopping centers. Like, so if you're in Paraguay, go to Del Sol, go to Galleria, and I can name drop a couple others later. Go to places like that and look on Facebook groups. Like, I don't personally own a Facebook, but I know there's some very popular Facebook groups for expats in other countries. Or if you're like me and you're on Twitter and you can follow me at MoneyBagLives, you can network with people in that area. Literally just post on Twitter, hey, does anybody live in this city? And very quickly, you're going to start networking with other like-minded people. So now that you're watching this video, you have been welcomed into the new version of expats. Like, let's leave behind all these broke loser expats that are rude and arrogant, and they don't deserve to be treated any better. Honestly, they deserve to be treated like trash because that's what they are. And instead, we go into new countries, we put that place on lock, we hire the local population, we treat the local population with respect, and we actually build a better life. Because once again, being an expat is not about just traveling the world. It's about building a better reality in another country. For me personally, I love the USA, but I have chosen to live abroad. One, because it's cheaper. Two, because I already have great friends and great networks around the world. And three, I like to be on the road all the time. So every couple months, I like to go and check out a new country and then come back to one of my home bases. So we are traveling abroad not to just act like we're Mr. Shit. Instead, we become the man. Or if you're watching this and you're a female, which I highly doubt because most of my followers are men, become the woman. So we're sitting here to become the man, walk into a place, and to make our life better. And the only way we can make our life better is by making the life of those around us better as well. So become the man, treat people with respect, and stop hanging around those broke expats. If you'd like to watch more videos like this, click right here. Otherwise, make sure to click that subscribe button. That way you can stay on top of all of the latest videos. I'll see you in the next episode.